Before, she was just sitting in the corner and didn't want to see or talk to anybody.
His situation was sitting at home or whatever, and they need to be involved in the community and feel like they're doing good and being satisfied in what they're doing.
A 2005 study reported that 63% of adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities have the desire to work outside of a sheltered workshop. However, despite an annual cost of almost $5 billion for vocationally related services, 7 out of 10 people with disabilities who wish to work do not have a job.
There are some employers who, they will just look at you as and the individual and say, oh, we don't have any positions available. That is the major hurdle for individuals who are looking for jobs that they want to have a job working at a certain place.
Recent focus groups have highlighted the need for helping people with disabilities identify their interests and to match those interests with employment opportunities. Linking people's interests with jobs in the community can be a challenge. One option that many providers have explored is self-employment in order to assist people in finding employment opportunities, especially ones that match their interests in these difficult economic times.
I think a lot of them are a lot happier. It's not, I have to get up, I have to go down to the workshop, I have to work on contracts, or I have to do this. It's every day is different, and they can gear it toward what they enjoy and what they like to do.
She loves crafts, and so we sat down and I came up with some ideas, trying to come up with ideas of something that didn't cost hardly anything, just household items that we could make.
Regardless of the work setting, with the proper supports, people with intellectual and developmental disabilities can be successful in the workplace.
We didn't really know how to make it all happen. And so we worked with the Ali Webb Center, and they were immensely helpful in steering us on the right course.
Job development is an essential piece of the support picture.
Spend a little bit of time during that first meeting of just trying to get to know them a little bit. Not only what their, kind of career job aspirations are, but also kind of who they are. And try to let them know that when they go into that interview, they're going to make some mistakes. They're not going to know how to answer or what to answer, but that's pretty natural for that to happen. I then discuss it afterwards. If I was in the interview with them, I know precisely maybe what to ask. If I wasn't, I kind of know, just based on their conversation, what we need to talk about for the next interview process.
Sometimes as a job developer, it's kind of like putting a puzzle together, or actually it's more like painting a picture, and sometimes you don't know exactly how that picture is going to end, but you kind of put a lot of things together and start to figure out what looks good together, and that's kind of how it is with job development and finding taking a person to a place and seeing how they fit and how that manager kind of responds to them. And hopefully in the end you make the right connection for the employer and for the individual.
Personally, the job development is sometimes the more difficult part, but in a way it's the easier part, because it's the job coaching side that we want to really do quality work in.
Job coaching is an important ingredient in the road to successful employment. It often provides an important bridge between the individual being supported and between their employers and their coworkers.
You're telling the job coach, this is what we expect out of the individual. And then the job coach has got to make sure that they're transferring that knowledge and information over to the individual. And then also making them feel comfortable in their job.
Realizing employment for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities requires collaboration and partnerships with businesses, schools, and provider agencies, and most importantly, a commitment on the part of everyone to the belief that everyone belongs in the workforce, regardless of any disabling condition that they might have.
You've got to put aside your bias or your prejudice or your concern or your worry. Data shows that these individuals we're working with are very dependable, hardworking, and in most cases are going to show up more than some other employees are.